We're up, we're up, we're up, we're up. I just had to redo my whole video because I just seen on Twitter that Kyle Rittenhouse himself is now tweeting about Karmelo Anthony. He tweets and says, "So the left thinks what Karmelo Anthony did was self-defense. But what I did wasn't." Sir, you brought a gun to protest and unalive people. Karmelo was at a school event and told a dude twice not to touch him. That's not the same thing. And let's not forget the alleged GoFundMe scandal either. Folks raised money for Karmelo's family, and now everyone's big mad saying they used it to buy a house, they used it to buy a car, they did it. Who cares? But when Rittenhouse raised millions and went on a press tour, the outrage is just not about justice at this point. Because the internet is on fire right now, and not for no other reasons than it should be. Karmelo Anthony, a black teenager accused of fatally stabbing another student during a high school track meet, just released on bond after judge reduced it from $1 million to 250. And guess what? White folks, y'all in an uproar. Y'all in a big uproar. And there's actually black folks too. There's black folks disagreeing with this and calling him a gangster and a thug.
Now, guys, I'm going to be real with y'all. White people deserve some credit today. Because why in the hell is Karmelo Anthony, that 17-year-old murderer, walking around the streets of Texas a free man? How is that even possible? This is an animal who killed a 17-year-old boy over a damn book bag, and right now in the state of Texas, he is a free man. Not only is he a free man, he is a man who is a lot more wealthier today than he was when he went into the jail cell, because the social justice warriors and BLM domestic terrorists have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars in his name, because apparently murder is excusable just because he looks like us. Yeah, that's a damn shame. It's disgusting. Now imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if Karmelo Anthony was a white man, or actually imagine if he was a white man who was a police officer. And all of a sudden, his bail was reduced heavily and he was just allowed to walk out of jail scot-free. Oh, America would be burning to the ground right now. And that's not me speculating. I know this to be true because it happened just a few years ago. When the BLM thugs didn't get their way, they set America on fire.
But where was the same energy? The same energy was nowhere to be found when Kyle Rittenhouse unalived two people with an AR-15 and walked out the front door. Y'all remember that? The Kenosha shooting when Kyle Rittenhouse walked down with an AR-15 on innocent protesters. I don't care what nobody say. If you don't have a logical reason you can't comment, then don't even have an opinion on this one. So let's get into it. So what happened? Here's the basic situation. I'm just going to paraphrase it. On April 2nd, during a high school track meet, Karmelo Anthony and the victim Austin Metcalf got into an altercation. Anthony didn't go to the school, but was sitting under a tent. Metcalf called him out. And reportedly, Karmelo warned him not to touch him. So that victim wasn't so the victim. He was starting with Karmelo. He was touched twice. And then the shanking occurred. Now, whether it was self-defense or not, that's going to be handled in court. But what sparked all this online chaos is what happened after the arrest. Now, the Judge Angela Tucker, a black conservative judge in Collin County, Texas, reduced Anthony's bond from $1 million to $250,000. She's a Republican. She was elected. And guess what? Her own people, the conservative right, turned on her immediately. She's been doxxed. Her home address was leaked online. She's received racist messages, death threats. Y'all know how X is too. Everybody racist on X. And had to make her social media private. Law enforcement and the FBI are now involved, all because she dared to give this black kid a chance to fight his case outside of jail. Now, mind you, the whole world is in an uproar, but white people unalive people every day. Y'all drinking, driving unalive people. Y'all do this to people, that to people. And y'all get a slap on the wrist, let off, don't even see a day in jail, or get time that doesn't even amount to the crime they committed. So the one time in history a black kid gets his bond lowered doesn't mean he's not going to jail. He just gets to fight his case on outside. Y'all acting like little girls, bro. But let's talk about it. Who's mad? White conservatives. White conservatives are losing their minds. Some black folks calling her a DEI judge, saying she's weak. I don't know why y'all just be coming up with these terms and throwing it on black people when white women are the ones that benefited, statistically speaking, the most from DEI. But that's another conversation for another day. They're acting like a bond reduction is the same as a not guilty verdict. But let's rewind real quick. Where was this outrage when Kyle Rittenhouse, a 17-year-old, crossed state lines with an AR-15 and went to a protest he didn't belong at and unalived and shot 2 people? He was bailed out. He got millions in donations, not no little 500, 900K. He got interviews, press coverage, and even met with the president. But now we're furious that Karmelo Anthony, who might have acted in self-defense, gets to go home on bond. And some of y'all are saying, oh, Karmelo, he just bought a new house. He just bought a new house. And you idiots should have never doxed him. Now they got to move, right? All right, then. This is what y'all mean when you say justice is blind, though? Because it looks real selective to me. A white teen with a gun gets hailed as a hero. A black teen with a knife, he's labeled a monster before he's even sees his trial. Judge Tucker followed the law. She exercised discretion like judges do every single day. But because this one time, it was a black defendant, a black judge, now everyone's panicking. See, y'all just want to give us that much power, huh? This isn't just about Karmelo. This is about the fact that black people are not allowed to be seen as victims. Not in the system, not in the media, not even in court of public opinion. I mean, Diddy, white teens kills, he's misunderstood. A black teen defends himself, he's a thug. That's the real problem here. And y'all can hide it behind law and order all you want. But we see the pattern. So let me ask y'all this. Why is Kyle Rittenhouse free and praised, but Karmelo Anthony being out on bond makes you lose your mind? Why is a black conservative judge being harassed and threatened for doing her job? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe, man. This story's far from over. Make sure y'all like this video if you're tired of the double standards, man. I'm out.